Hi, my name's Byron Martin here at Logie's Greenhouses, and today we're going to be talking about putting our Musa Basjoo, or the hardy banana, to bed for the winter. Musa Basjoo is a Japanese fiber banana. It comes from very high elevations and can tolerate quite a bit of coldness. Now, we're in zone 5 here, where we get down to about 10 to 15 below zero in the winter. It can't tolerate that. But it does have the advantage of being able to sit in a dormant state in very cold soil for a very long period of time. And that's actually the key which makes it hardy here in New England. One of the things we have to do in order for it to get it through the winter is we've got to keep this ground below it from freezing, or freezing very deeply. And we're going to do that with mulch. So what we had is a hard killing frost came through. It was really quite hard. For an early one, we went down to about 22 degrees. And you can see all the foliage has been taken back. The tree itself, the stems, pseudostems, or the trunks of the trees still have life in them, but it's been frozen pretty hard, and all of this is going to be removed. So what we simply do is we come down to the base here. You got a machete, you can use whatever, saw, knife, whatever, and we cut these pseudostems off at about a foot from the ground. So this stand here has been with us for probably a decade or maybe more, and every year we put our banana to bed like we're doing right now. Now, this stand actually was one plant, and what bananas do is they multiply over time, where the suckers come up and they actually spread. They're not really invasive, but the actual mulching process contains them to where you want your banana to be the next year. So whatever we don't mulch will not make it through the winter here in New England. All right, so we've taken our stand down about 12 inches. This is what's left of it for wintertime. And now we're going to mulch. And there's a couple of mulches we use. You can use a lot of things, but generally we use old hay or straw or even leaves. And you can rake your leaves up in the fall and bring them over and put them down right on top of your banana. I usually like to start off with some old hay or straw and just fluff it up. Rake it up. We're creating an insulating barrier that's going over the top of the soil to keep the ground from freezing. And it depends upon how cold the winter it is here in New England. If we have a really bad winter, sometimes these pseudobulbs will actually die right down to the ground. On a mild winter, we'll uncover them and they'll be growing right out of the center in the springtime. And we don't really uncover it until danger of frost is over and things have really started to grow again. We kind of keep them in that dormant state so the young shoots are protected. As I say, you don't have to use straw. You can use just about anything that's going to give you an insulating value to it. Straw is good in that. This is old hay. It's good just because when we uncover it in the springtime, we take this and we use it for mulch elsewhere, or we put it on the compost pile. Then I also like to put leaves on it. And we've just begun raking our leaves here in New England. So leaves are great. When I get done with this, I always go over the top with some straw because leaves will blow away. Straw tends to be a little bit easier to hold on under windy conditions. In putting this mulch on, I'm not going to do it all today, but we're going to put a lot on here. This is not enough. Even though it looks like a very large pile, by the time, if we left this as it was, by the time we got to springtime, there'd be almost nothing here. There'd be just sticks of chunks sticking out of the ground, and we need to cover them over enough so that they're really covered with that good 12, 24 inches, which is, this thick, once it all settles down. So normally what we do is we throw our leaves on the top, go rake all our leaves up, we throw them on the top and get this pile. It's getting to be a pretty big pile. And then we go over the top of it with a layer of straw just to hold the leaves on. So remember, it's your first frost that takes the foliage off the banana. That's the time to start doing your mulching. And as I mentioned, mulch more than you think. As you get used to doing this every year, you'll find the space where you got your banana to come through and your bulbs are really thriving. And that's how much mulch you need, depending upon how far north you are. So there's a little bit of information on how to mulch and take care of your hardy banana as we go into wintertime. If you have any other questions or would like more information, go to logies.com.